Finally, the burden is gone. The no academic background policy was doomed to fail from the start.
Now we're back to a company full of T-University graduates. What a relief.
What the heck?
What are we going to do?
What a useless guy. Why is someone like you working at our company, where only top-tier graduates can enter?
Seriously, I can't believe I have to work with someone from an F-rank university. How did you even get hired?
I'm Jun Shibayama, a 28-year-old who transferred from a small regional newspaper company to Fossil News, the largest publisher of nationwide newspapers. I tried to work harder than most, but this is how I'm treated daily at my current company. What's required in an article is curiosity, insight, and, most importantly, an objective perspective. No way an F-rank graduate can manage that, right?
You also need multifaceted information gathering skills and the ability to process it mentally. I really don't think you're capable.
The ones relentlessly mocking me are Daiji Gakureki and Kokoro Elito. Even though I joined mid-career, I'm treated as their peer because we're the same age, but they're graduates of Japan's top university, T-University. Maybe it's precisely because we went through the entrance exam system in the same generation that my F-rank university background irritates them so much. Shibayama-san, your report is fascinating. The trigger for my career change was attending a seminar hosted by Fossil News. After I submitted my impressions of the seminar via email, I received a call from the company's executive managing director. As you know, the antiquated structure of the newspaper industry must be reformed, or there is no future for print media. To that end, we are pursuing reforms and innovations, one of which is a no academic background required hiring test. Shibayama-san, would you consider applying for a mid-career recruitment exam? Opportunities like this don't come often. I jumped at the chance and decided to take the recruitment exam. Fortunately, I managed to transfer to a major newspaper company I could never have entered with my F-rank degree. But still, the reality didn't match my ideal. Fossil News is a company that has existed since the early Meiji period, so reforming it isn't a simple task. Despite the managing director's aspirations, I was constantly ridiculed without reason, sabotaged by the ultra-educated employees, and left to constantly second-guess everyone's mood. Even so, I worked as hard as I could, but eventually, I reached my limit. 2 years later. It's been a short time, but thank you for everything. I submitted my resignation and today's my last day at work. Finally, the burden is gone. The no academic background policy was doomed to fail from the start.
Now we're back to a company full of T-University graduates. What a relief.
Without even looking at Daiji Gakureki or Kokoro Elito, I left the company at the end of December. I never want to experience something like this again. But what kind of workplace would suit me? The thought weighed on me so much that I couldn't focus on job hunting. While at home, my phone rang. Looking at the display, it was Fossil News' number. What could this be about now? Shibayama-kun? The caller was the executive managing director who had given me the opportunity to transfer. I heard you went through a tough time at the company. The HR director and news director told me all about it. We're devising measures to prevent this from happening again, but I'm sure it's too late for you. I deeply regret that I couldn't intervene in time. I'm truly sorry. Please don't say that. It's not something you need to apologize for, sir. Everything was my decision and my responsibility. Have you decided on your next workplace? No, I'm still racking my brain over finding a place that fits me. I see. Well, this isn't to atone for anything. I've been looking into workplaces that might suit you. There's a company called Oteki Co., a rising star with employees from diverse educational and career backgrounds. Their self-developed app is gaining popularity, and they plan to expand their news content soon. I think it could be an environment where your experience would really shine. What do you think? If they're expanding news distribution, I might be able to use my experience as a journalist. More than anything, I was drawn to the idea of working in a young company with people from various educational backgrounds. Thank you. I'll give it a serious thought. I immediately researched Otaki Co. and found out they're a company that doesn't care about academic background. The job descriptions interested me, and the work environment seemed promising. And so... I'm Jun Shibayama. It's a pleasure to be working with you all starting today. I successfully passed the recruitment exam and joined Otaki Co. Now, I'm working in the news content department, just as I had hoped. Jun, great work! Your recent projects have been impressive. Your research in particular is very thorough. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot from all the advice you've given me.
I'm looking forward to the next feature. Let me know if there's anything I can help with, Jun-kun.
It's an environment where hard work is fairly evaluated, and I've been able to work freely and comfortably. Incidentally, this office is quite friendly, and using first names is the norm here.
Jun-kun, you've really gotten the hang of the job here.
She's Marino Takahashi. She's 1 year older than me and a senior colleague, but until a month before I joined, she had been in a different department. She's new to news content work. Yes, Marino-san has been giving me so much advice, and I'm really grateful. There is so much to learn about strategies to increase subscribers, and it's incredibly insightful.
Oh, come on. I'm learning a lot from you too, Jun-kun. I'm a complete beginner when it comes to writing articles, so you've been a huge help. Thank you so much.
Marino-san always asks humbly for guidance. Apparently, she's also a graduate of T University, just like Daiji Gakureki and Kokoro Elito. I was surprised when I found out. Thanks to my previous workplace, I had almost forgotten, but there are obviously all kinds of people, even among those with high academic credentials. One day, while work was going smoothly, Marino-san invited me out for drinks to thank me for helping with her articles.
Jun-kun, you're quick on the uptake and your advice on writing is really helpful.
Thank you so much! Working with you, Marino-san, makes my job enjoyable.
Oh, stop being so formal. Our company culture is super relaxed, so you can loosen up a bit too, you know?
Sorry, it's just a habit I picked up from my previous workplace.
The one at Fossil News, right? You probably don't want to remember it, but can you tell me what it was like?
It's in the past now. I try to stay cheerful and briefly explain how I struggled with discrimination for being an F-ranked graduate.
It's still like that? That company is really stuck in the past. In the past 20 years, their circulation numbers have been halved. Just between us, at the current rate, physical newspapers will be completely gone in 15 years. That's why digital transformation is urgently needed. But nowadays, people are used to getting content online for free, right? So even if the newspaper companies try to transition to digital formats late in the game, it's hard to get people to pay for digital subscriptions. A company filled with only top-tier graduates tends to cling to existing knowledge and past successes, which makes innovation stagnate. And 15 years from now, the upper management who will be retiring often shelve the problems, acting like they're no longer their concern.
You might be right, Marino, but you seem to know a lot about this. Didn't you just start working in the news content department recently?
Oh, well, that's because...
While I was finding fulfillment in my new job and strengthening my bond with Marino and others, unsettling rumors were spreading among the employees of the Fossil newspaper company. Is it just me, or does it seem unusually noisy lately?
Really? I think it's just your imagination.
Despite the lack of awareness from Daiji and Kokoro, the situation soon turned dire.
Here's the next piece of news. The largest newspaper company, Fossil Newspaper Company, has announced large-scale layoffs. Due to a lack of progress in digital transformation, Fossil Newspaper Company has faced significant financial decline over the past few years. It is expected that 1,500 to 2,000 employees, both regular and non-regular, will be affected by the layoffs.
What the heck?
What are we going to do?
1 year after I left the company, Fossil Newspaper Company began major downsizing operations. Employees were transferred to so-called banishment rooms with no work to do or reassigned to subsidiaries and subcontractors. The staff were on edge, fearing when the HR department would call on them. No, it's fine. We are young. Layoffs always target older people.
Yeah, that's right. There's no way we'd be chosen.
Trying to maintain their composure, they both received a terrifying notification through the company chat system. Hey! I'm an absolute essential asset to this company! I graduated from T University, but I haven't rested on my laurels and have continued to put in effort. I even prevented an F-ranked graduate from messing up the company.
I've always put the company first, identifying and, when necessary, removing those with unconventional ideas. Only someone who truly loves this company could do that. There's no way I should be a part of these layoffs.
Despite their desperate attempts to plead their cases individually, their efforts were futile. Damn it! A company that doesn't recognize my value isn't worth my time!
To ignore all my contributions! What a narrow-minded organization!
Trying to gain favor without concrete achievements ultimately proved meaningless. In the end, both were forced to resign. Shibayama? Long time no see! A few months after news of the Fossil Newspaper Company's layoff spread, I happened to run into Daiji Gakureki and Kokoro Elito. Long time no see. Well, I'm busy, so I'll get going. Wait! Please hear us out!
We haven't been able to find new jobs since we left Fossil Newspaper Company. We heard through the grapevine that you're working at Otaki Corporation, right? Can't you put in a good word for us?
I don't owe you any favors. Don't say that! Come on, we were coworkers at Fossil Newspaper. Didn't I help you out a few times?
It's a small company, right? You could talk directly to the CEO or something. Please?
After all their boasts of helping me, and referring to Otaki Corporation as a small company, I had enough. If you're that eager to join, why don't you apply? We're hiring mid-career candidates right now. Is that true? Alright, I'll apply.
Then I'll count on you to put in a good word for us.
Hey, wait! I said I'm not doing that! Ignoring my attempt to stop them, the two walked off on their own. For now, I decided to head back to the office and inform HR that two questionable individuals might apply for the mid-career recruitment. When I returned...
Why not just talk directly to CEO Otaki at this point?
After listening to my complaints, Marino suggested this idea. Incidentally, at Otaki, the open, communicative work culture makes it relatively easy to approach the CEO. Wouldn't that be a bother?
I don't think so. After all...
Wow, having the CEO herself attend the very first interview is such an honor. You have such an eye for talent.
You must have already looked into our past achievements and recognized our worth.
When I reported the two to HR, the CEO personally offered to conduct their initial interview.
I've heard quite a few rumors about you two.
Oh? Could it be about our academic records at T University? Honestly, we've achieved so much it's hard to narrow it down.
Needless to say, we're far more capable than Shibayama from F-ranked university. Please do consider hiring us. You two are more capable than our Shibayama? Surely you're joking. That's quite amusing. What?
Not understanding her words, Daiji and Kokoro blinked in confusion, while the CEO continued to smile.
A simple bit of research would tell you that our company does not prioritize academic credentials in hiring. Naturally, we have employees who graduated from F-ranked universities, and even those who didn't attend college. We can't afford to have people like you with an elitist mindset looking down on your colleagues joining our company.
No, we don't mean to look down on people with less education.
That's right. It's just that only graduates from T University like us can handle certain jobs. Oh, is that so? If you're going to claim that, then we have no choice but to call in some witnesses.
Responding to the CEO's call, 2 employees enter the meeting room. Why is Shibayama here? Yes, it was Marino and me who entered the room. When I informed the CEO about you two, she specifically instructed us to attend this meeting.
I see how it is. So this is your doing, isn't it?
Excuse me?
CEO Otaki, you've been misled by Shibayama. He's twisted by his inferiority complex about academics and holds a grudge against us.
That's right. He disrupted our work and even caused issues at our previous company. If you've taken his words at face value, please reconsider and evaluate us fairly. They must have thought they could use me to save themselves, but...
Silence!
Their disgraceful behavior only further fueled CEO Otaki's frustration.
Don't think you can assault our employees and spout nonsense as if I don't know the truth. I'm fully aware that it was people like you who disrupted the performance of your previous company. After all, I used to work at Fossil Newspaper Company.
What? Yes, the CEO had once worked at Fossil Newspaper Company. She had been fighting to reform its archaic elitist systems and bad practices. However, constant interference from conservative factions pushed her to leave and established Otaki Inc.
To be honest, we could have rejected you both during the resume screening process. But I heard you two were emblematic of everything wrong with my old company, so I decided to see for myself and invited you here. Oh, and my knowledge of Fossil Newspaper Company's situation isn't just because I'm a former employee.
Under the CEO's gaze, Marino stepped forward.
Nice to meet you. I'm Marino Takahashi, daughter of Takahashi, the senior managing director at Fossil Newspaper Company.
It turned out Marino's father, who had offered me the opportunity to change jobs, was the same senior managing director trying to reform Fossil Newspaper Company.
I worked tirelessly to support Senior Managing Director Takahashi's efforts to change the outdated company structure. But the backlash from the conservative factions was so intense that I was about to be crushed. Senior Managing Director Takahashi advised me to go independent instead. He believed it would be better to leave a stagnant company than to remain and become disillusioned, so I chose this path. Since I heard about this from my father, I decided to join Otaki Inc. And the 3 of us have been sharing information about Fossil Newspaper Company within the bounds of the law. I graduated from Teen University like you two, and am technically your senior. Moreover, we have employees here who graduated from prestigious universities overseas. However, no one here mocks Shibayama. In the professional world, the name of your university holds little value. What matters is how much you contribute to your company. Thinking you're superior just because you graduated from T University? When will you finally outgrow your student mindset? That concludes the interview. Thank you for coming today.
With those words, Daiji and Kokoro staggered to their feet, looking utterly defeated. I wonder which of us was truly the burden. With those quiet words from me, the 2 left the room. Time passed, and Daiji Gakureki and Kokoro Elito still couldn't find a new job. Why? Why can't any company recognize how amazing I am?
The world is messed up. Highly educated people who've overcome tough exams should continue to be treated favorably.
Graduating from a prestigious university is indeed an achievement, but that's not what truly matters. Unless they let go of their warped pride, it will remain difficult for them to find re-employment. Once again, I sincerely apologize. By starting the no academic requirements hiring policy, we caused you such hardship. Not at all. My experience at Fossil Newspaper Company taught me the pain of being treated unfairly. That experience will surely benefit me in life going forward, so in a way, I'm grateful for it. Meanwhile, at Fossil Newspaper Company, Takahashi finally succeeded in lobbying to remove the conservative senior staff and employees. They also began compensating former employees who had been treated unfairly, as part of a broader reform effort led by Takahashi. It's a thorny path, but they've started looking years ahead. I hope they manage to recover someday.
These days, I keep thinking about how to write articles that truly move people's hearts. Thanks to you, I've discovered the joy of writing. Thank you, Jun-kun.
A few more months passed. The news content Marino and I had worked on steadily expanded. I've also learned so much from you, Marino-san. About work, treating people equally, and how being by your side makes my heart race like this. In the darkness of the night, Marino's bright red face was impossible to miss as I gazed at her directly. I like you. Please go out with me. People rely on some kind of standard when making judgments, be it education, skills, or personality. But are the criteria you rely on truly appropriate? It's something we should consider carefully, depending on the situation.
If I'm good enough for you, I'm so happy. Should I write about this feeling in an article?
The person you love, standing before you, you just want to make them happy. This instinctive feeling doesn't require any specific standard. Once again, Marino taught me something new. Hey, wait a second! At least listen to what Shirase has to say!
I don't have time for sentimentality. Dumb lowlife should stay away. You're wrong. Because you like Koichi, don't you, Yo? What?
Being together as if it were natural. As if it had to be that way. I don't have friends like that. I keep my connections broad and shallow, making sure the atmosphere flows smoothly. Not belonging to any particular group, it's a carefree way to live, but at times, it can be lonely.
Koichi! Over here, over here! Jeez, hurry up already, you're so slow!
The two girls grab my hands and take off running. Wait, there's no need to rush! What are you two doing?
It's trending right now. Come on, Koichi, record a video. We'll post it on social media.
This is what's popular? Fine, but what's so fun about recording a video where nothing happens?
Just do it. The sooner we finish, the better.
If you don't want to do it, then why are you even...
This turned out great, Yo!
The girl with the bright, gentle smile is Yumi Shirahase, and...
Yeah. Are you really going to post it? Well, if you're fine with it, then whatever.
The girl with a tsundere air of embarrassment is Yo Kumosuki. They've been friends since elementary school, childhood friends basically. But until now, I've only ever been a classmate to them. If you don't like it, you should just say no, Kumosuki.
Shut up! It's not like I hate it or anything. Don't worry. I never do anything Yo doesn't want. This is a secret video just for the three of us.
So it's getting shelved, huh? Well, that was fun to watch. It all started with something small. When we entered middle school, I somehow ended up spending time with them.
Yumi, we're here. Let's go home. Okay. See you tomorrow, Yo, Koichi.
Yumi runs toward her parents, her smile full of happiness. But as I watched to Yumi's back, I couldn't help but wonder what was on Yo's mind as she stared after her. Kumosuke? Was something wrong?
Nothing. I was just thinking. She looks really happy.
You really do like her, huh?
Let's just go home.
Shirahase transferred into her class in 3rd grade. Before that, she had been in a children's home in the neighboring town. The parents from earlier are her foster parents, something she only told me a little while ago. You knew about Shirahase's past way before I did, huh?
Don't misunderstand. I'm not with her out of pity.
I know, you're just that kind, Kumosuke.
I don't recall ever being kind to you, though.
Tough luck for me then. I don't recall ever getting kindness from you either. Yo could be prickly with me, but before we knew it, the 3 of us had naturally started spending time together. Can't believe we all ended up at the same high school.
Isn't it great? It's fun. I'm really happy.
We graduated middle school and moved on to the same high school. It's a slightly more academically challenging school.
You didn't force yourself to match with us, did you? You really studied hard for this. What? Were you that desperate to keep up?
Yeah, that's right. Back in the summer of our 3rd year, you laughed at my school choice, and it pissed me off so much.
What? Are you compromising on your school? Such a low rank.
Hey, cut it out! Stop making yourself the villain in my story! Seriously, the way you talk gets under my skin.
But thanks to you riling me up, I studied like crazy and made it into a decent school. Maybe I should be grateful.
Gah, I got nothing to say to that. What, Shirase? Don't you start laughing too?
Sorry. I'm so excited for high school life. I'm really happy.
Yo scoffs, while Shirase laughs like a blooming flower. Wait, what kind of narration is this? Shirahase's smile is so dazzling, it's throwing my thoughts off track.
Let's have a great time in high school, Koichi.
Yeah, of course. Shirahase never stops smiling. She always lifts my spirits. And thanks to Kumosuke pushing me, I get to spend 3 days with them. Kumosuke, same as always. Thanks for pushing me.
Are you a masochist? Well, if Yumi's happy, then I guess it's fine.
At that moment, our carefree high school days seemed full of excitement. But soon, things started to change. Huh? She's out for bereavement leave?
Yeah, the teacher mentioned it this morning. Yumi didn't tell you to? She always talks about you guys in class, so I thought she'd have at least contacted you.
In our 1st year, Kumosuke and I ended up in the same class, while Shirahase was placed in a different one. Still, it was a daily routine for us to visit her during breaks, so today, we had gone to her classroom as usual. Kumosuke, you haven't heard anything? She would tell you, right?
I don't know. It's not like I know everything about her.
For some reason, Kumosuke's expression looked a little wounded just then.
Sorry for worrying you.
A week later, Shirahase returned to school with a wobbly smile.
Yumi, are you okay? You didn't contact us at all. Sorry. Everything happened so suddenly, and it was chaotic. But I'm fine now. Thanks, yo.
Apparently, her foster mother had passed away in an unexpected accident, but Shirahase still smiled at us. Hey, Kumosuke.
What?
Shirahase, she's still smiling like always, but doesn't something feel off to you?
If you noticed, then obviously I did too.
Her foster mother had welcomed her wholeheartedly, but we had always known her foster father was distant. Now that her mother's gone, Shirahase is...
But I see. So you noticed too.
Huh?
It's nothing. That girl always tries not to worry me too much. She won't talk about things that would make me concerned. You should be the one to ask her. You can at least do that, right?
Yeah, I know. There wasn't much we could do as powerless students. Kumosuke probably understood that. But around that time, we started to change little by little. Huh? Kumosuke, you're taking the day off tomorrow too?
Yeah? So what? Girls have a lot to deal with, like that monthly princess day.
She probably meant her period, but lately, Kumosuke had been skipping school more often. Though, something about the frequency didn't quite match up with her cycle. As a guy, I couldn't exactly pry into her period schedule.
I see. So Yo's absent today too.
The next day at lunch, I was eating with Shirahase alone. Yeah, she said it's her princess day, but she's been skipping a lot lately. But you too, right? You've been missing school more often. Are you and Kumosuke really okay? It was getting harder for Shirahase to even keep up a smile. Even without me or Kumosuke noticing, the exhaustion on her face was obvious.
I've been working a part-time job at night. I need to contribute to the household. It's the least I can do for the two people who took me in.
Tucking her hair behind her ear while smiling. That was her tell. It was something she did when she was pushing herself too hard. Apparently, her foster father had told her to get a job, and now she was barely getting any sleep. Alright, tomorrow, when Kumosuke comes, let's eat lunch together like we used to. We'll talk about stupid things and laugh like idiots.
Koichi? Yeah, that sounds nice. Thanks.
We were still kids, bound by our parents' rules. There wasn't much we could do. That's why I believed that protecting this small warm place with them was all I could do. Hey, what did you just say? Time passed, and the day of our high school graduation arrived. On what was supposed to be a joyous occasion, I felt the warmth drain away.
Like I said, I'm going to an elite university overseas. We live in different worlds now. This is goodbye.
Why the hell didn't you tell us about this sooner? We were always together.
Why are you so mad? No matter how close you are, people have things they don't want to share. Right, Yumi? You understand, don't you? That's...
Apparently, Kumosuke had been skipping school to attend prep classes. She had been working hard since her first year, determined to get into a prestigious university overseas. She was naturally gifted and handled everything with ease, so it was no surprise she had gotten in. This spring, she was leaving for good. Are you serious? Kumosuke, you didn't even tell Shirahase? Something this important?
Ugh, you're so noisy! I told you, didn't I? Besides, as long as Yumi has you, she'll be fine.
What are you talking about? You and I aren't the same.
What's the difference? Oh wait, you guys aren't just friends anymore. Didn't know that.
She dodged my words effortlessly, putting up a wall so I could press further.
Ugh, I have to go, the teacher wants to see me. Since I'm the first student from this school to get into a top international university, they're all excited.
Hey, wait a second. At least listen to what Shirahase has to say.
You do it! That's your job, isn't it?
Kumosuke let out a deep sigh before her expression faded into a cold smirk.
I don't have time for sentimentality. Dumb lowlife should stay away.
With those parting words, she turned her back on us.
Yo! Congrats on getting into university! Don't push yourself too hard over there, okay?
For a moment, Kumosuke hesitated. What was going through her mind?
Yo! Are you okay? I'll help you! But I can handle this much on my own.
It was a memory I didn't know. Something precious that belonged only to Shirahase and Kumosuke. But Yo quickly started walking again. She never looked back.
I really messed up, didn't I?
Shirahase. Even after having cruel words thrown at her, Shirahase still smiled bravely. Even I, an idiot, could tell she was struggling against a wave of sadness. Shirahase, I'll always be by your side.
Koichi?
Wait for me. I swear I'll come for you. I promise. That spring, I went to university in Tokyo. Shirahase didn't continue her education and went straight into the workforce. Kumosuki vanished from our lives, and our once dazzling youth came to an abrupt end. Harumiya, you didn't sleep again last night, did you? I was studying, and before I knew it, the sun was up. The moment I entered university, I started working toward my future. Lectures, certifications, seminars, saving up money. I had a mountain of things to do. The one who reached out to me was Kaito Kazama, someone I met at a business seminar. Seriously, you won't accomplish anything if you destroy your health. If you need anything, rely on me. Thanks, Kazama. The promise I made to Shirahase was mostly one-sided. Even so, I couldn't just leave her alone. I had to keep going. Just like they said. Kaito mumbled something under his breath. I asked, but he just brushed it off with a refreshing smile. Hey Yumi, why the hell is your pay so low this month? Give me more money. 5 years had passed, and Shirahase had been working non-stop. Do you have any idea how much money I spent on you?
I'm sorry.
Whenever I called, she always said she was too busy to meet. It wasn't hard to imagine how overwhelmed she was. That's why I kept saying that if we were going to adopt, we should have taken in a son. A boy has more ways to make money, you know? A girl is only worth anything until she's still young. And now what? My wife died protecting this useless orphan. What a joke. Shirahase's foster mother died back in high school while out shopping with her daughter. She shielded her from a car that ran a red light and lost her life. That's why Shirahase never tried to escape from her foster father. As a way to atone, she kept working endlessly. That's why you'd better make as much money as you can while you're still worth something. Both your real parents died in accidents, and now my wife too. You're a walking disaster. Shirahase had always been grateful to her foster parents. She must have worked hard all this time, believing it was for their sake. Are you still killing your own feelings, Shirahase?
Huh? Koichi?
Sorry for being late, Shirahase. I came to get you. It had been 4 years since I graduated from university. Now, at 26, I stood before Shirahase in a suit, smiling. And you are? I suppose it's understandable if you don't remember me. I'm merely an old classmate of your daughter's. As I bowed, Shirahase's foster father let out a mocking snort. Sorry, but my daughter is on her way to work. If you're here to hit on her, you can get lost. I'm aware. Shirahase, Yumi, has been working tirelessly, hasn't she? Even though all her earnings are under your control, she never complains. What's your point? Outsiders shouldn't interfere in other people's family matters. You're right. I'm an outsider, but Yumi is a dear friend. I can't just ignore her when she's silently crying out for help. Heh, you act so high and mighty. I'm this girl's foster father. Not only that, I'm a grieving man who lost his beloved wife because of her. I have every right to make her pay for it. He spoke without hesitation. He had probably told Shirahase these things to her face countless times before. Yumi didn't take your wife from you. The driver who ran the red light did. Shut up! You have no idea how much I loved my wife. If only she hadn't protected Yumi, this wouldn't have happened. If only you had died instead. The words he threw at her were beyond cruel. For the first time, I saw Shirahase's smile shatter as tears spilled from her eyes. There are some things you should never say. No matter how painful it was, Yumi always smiled. She suppressed her grief and still smiled. And now I finally understand why. She's been slowly killed by you all this time. Your words are no different from a knife. You've already destroyed the girl your wife loved so much. President, it's time. Sorry to keep you waiting, Kaito.
Wait, President? Koichi, you're...
Yeah, that's actually what I came to talk about today. I'm here to recruit you, Shirase. President? I don't know what kind of company you run, but you can't just take her. It's probably some no-name startup that'll collapse in no time. President, you should introduce yourself properly. With a sigh, Kaito took his place next to me. He's my best friend and the president of Spring Sunset Inc. It's a rapidly growing company that was recently chosen as a business partner for a major corporation in the UK. During university, Kaito and I co-founded an IT company. Even though he's a co-owner, he always introduces me as the president. Spring Sunset Inc? That's the upstart company that beat us in the bidding competition. So you finally understand. Yes, our company was chosen in that competition. Shirahase's foster father was an executive at a major IT company that had also competed against us. Every company had bet their future on that competition. As soon as he heard our name, he gritted his teeth. Shirahase, I'm sorry if this was sudden, but I never forgot my promise. That's why I came to get you. I don't want you to keep killing yourself like this, so I've prepared a place where you don't have to. This is my decision. I want to protect you, not just as a friend, but as the woman I love. I won't force you, but before you break completely, please rely on me anytime.
Koichi!
Eventually, it was time for me to leave for work, so I left with Kaito. Shirahase too had no choice but to head to her job, leaving her enraged foster father behind.
Good work today.
That evening, as Shirahase finished work, she narrowed her eyes against the golden sunset.
I should go home and talk to him again.
She clenched her fists and started walking, but then...
Finally, you're out. You sure are busy, Yumi. Huh? Yo! Yo, is that you? Huh. Figures you'd recognize me right away.
The person standing there was Kumosuki Yo, who had vanished from our lives after high school. Her once long hair was now short, her makeup flawless. Yet, Shirahase saw through it instantly.
You're still working yourself to the bone? I thought that guy would have come to get you by now. That guy? You mean Koichi? Yeah, you two are both low achievers. Might as well get together already. You're wrong. Because you like Koichi, don't you, Yo? What? Did you think I wouldn't notice? I've been watching you for so long, Yo. Of course I knew.
That day we graduated, Kumosuki deliberately pushed us away. She was afraid that if she stayed, she would only end up hurting Shirahase, so she chose to disappear.
That's ridiculous! Yo? That guy? I don't like him at all, not even a little. What about you? You always suppress your own feelings for the sake of others. Are you an idiot? You were the only one! The only one who ever noticed my pain!
Since childhood, Yo had been more capable than others, always relied upon by her peers.
As long as Yo handles it, everything will be fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'll take care of it. Well, thanks, Yo. You're amazing.
The admiration in her classmates' eyes was pure, without a trace of malice.
Yo, are you okay? Let me help.
The only one who ever reached out to her was Shirahase, who had just transferred to their school.
Huh? But I can handle this much on my own. You're always relied on because you can do anything, Yo. But doing everything alone must be tough. I felt like you were always enduring things for everyone else. That's why I wanted to help. Is that okay? Thank you, Yumi. Back then, your smile saved me. You made me realize I had been suppressing my own feelings all along. So why? Why can't you take care of your own heart? You stopped talking to me about anything, afraid of making me worry. But the one I always wanted to help most was you.
Yo had always been relied upon, always meeting others' expectations. But the one girl she wanted to save was Shirahase. Shirahase threw her arms around Yo, her long-lost best friend. Tears welled up in her eyes.
Jeez, you're such an idiot, Yo. I've always been saved by you. I was cold and trembling, but I could smile because you and Koichi were there. You two were my light, my warmth.
Shirahase's gentle voice sparkled like the setting sun, slowly melting the ice in Yo's heart.
That day we graduated, I said such awful things. I'm sorry, Yumi. I'm so sorry.
Yo had been silently supporting us all this time, ever since high school. She made sure Shirahase could be with me. She made sure I could go and bring Shirahase back. She hid her own feelings and stepped aside for Shirahase's sake.
Yeah, and I'm sorry too, Yo, for not relying on you properly.
Their clumsy yet kind friendship had not been broken. Bathed in the warm glow of the sinking sun, they cried together, letting everything out. After that, Shirahase made her decision and cut ties with her foster father. Annoyed, he quickly agreed to dissolve their adoption. However, not long after, the company where he served as an executive was absorbed by a major corporation and ceased to exist. I never thought things would turn out like this. Stripped of his executive position after the merger, he tried to turn to Shirahase for support, but...
We're strangers now. I'm sorry.
Shirahase refused him with a smile, leaving him in despair. This is nice. Real friendship. Right? My friends are the best. In the end, Shirahase rejected my confession. Not knowing about Yo's feelings, I simply thought I had been turned down.
Tough luck, Koichi Harumiya.
Needless to say, I ended up in a petty argument with Yo after she proudly put her arm around Shirahase like she had won. Hey Kaito, you're Yo's cousin, aren't you? You knew and didn't say anything? That's pretty underhanded, boss. Well, we're best friends now, aren't we? I had already realized it was Yo who had been pulling the strings to ensure my company's success from behind the scenes. The reason I met Kaito in university was because Yo had introduced us. And the fact that Yo worked at the UK corporation that became our business partner. That wasn't a coincidence either. Still, it was Yo who got me involved in all this. But you're the one who ruined me, boss. Quit looking at me like that and cut it out.
You two get along so well.
This isn't funny. By the way, Yo's long vacation was about to end. In a few days, she would be returning to the UK. Meanwhile, Shirahase was working at my company, steadily striving toward her dream of moving to the UK as well.
Thanks for keeping your promise. For protecting Yumi's place.
You're thanking me? Did you eat something weird in the UK?
Forget it, I take it back.
Suppressing your own heart for someone else's sake. Maybe that's something everyone experiences in life. But the only way to heal a wounded heart is through the people who truly see you. And, in the end, yourself. Like the warm glow of a spring sunset, I had learned the true strength of a friendship that never fades.